Yo, 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 what's going on too? What's going on? What's going on with you? I hope you're doing well today as you're watching this. I'm just going to speak on the factors of why you shouldn't quit. Okay. So, if you're watching this right now and you don't know who I am, my name is Jarrell Henderson. I have been a full-time entrepreneur for some years now. And in my entrepreneurial journey from like going part-time to full-time, I am a self-published. I'm a self-published author. I'm actually working on another book right now as we speak, and I've helped hundreds of people start businesses, whether that be events-based businesses, coaching businesses, and just pursue overall entrepreneurship. And I've helped people get funding for their business as much as I believe we're right around the 500K marker. So I just want to say, overall, the overarching theme of this live is going to be don't quit, right? But I want to tell you why not to quit, okay? And this story, or this is going to be pretty much like a I'm just in the end all be all. Like, a lot of people, they don't talk about like why you shouldn't quit, or what they were going through when they were when they first got started. And it's mentally tough, like mentally tough. When you first start your business, you're going to be tested. You're going to Everything's going to be happening all at once, so it's going to feel like that. Whether that's things with your personal life, whether it's with your job, like everything's going to feel like it's crumbling when you first start. And you're looking around and you're looking left, well, right, first, and you're looking left, and then you're like, well, um, what's really, am I the only one that's going through this? And what you'll realize is that people, you can't judge your situation and look at your situation because you're not the only one that's going through it. But the difference with you and your situation is that a lot of people aren't going to make it, but you can make it. And I didn't realize this, you know, like looking back, like in the moment, you never like it feels like you're not gonna come out of it, right? Whatever you're going through, whatever struggle is holding you back, it feels like you're not gonna be able to get over that hurdle. And the things that kind of just got me there, because I struggle with the same things that you're struggling with. I struggle with, getting clients. I struggle with being confident in my business. I struggle with sales. Even though I had left a job, I had, probably a decade of sales experience at this point. Like when I decided I was going to become a full-time entrepreneur, I still struggle with sales because you're selling a product that, like, it's almost when you work a job, you're sold to. They sell you a dream on that, especially if you work sales, that hey, look, you can sell this thing, right? And this thing is so great. Now, if you don't know me, I used to sell mattresses. I worked at what they told me was, and I'm not sure, one of the largest mattress retailers out, and like I worked at a mattress firm. You know what I'm saying? And in that in that time period in my life working there, like I learned a lot of skills that I didn't think off bat that I would apply to business, but I do, and even the sales skills. And what a lot of people don't talk about is that ha- being long term in a business, it helps you with your business in the sense of like it gives you that discipline. Like I knew for from 10 to 8 Monday through like Saturday, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, like I would probably be scheduled because I was a retail sales manager. And I didn't start out that way, right? I moved up as time went on, but I moved up fairly quickly because my sales were good. Now, keep in mind, I have a real estate background. I went to real estate school. I did, that was a sales job. I worked in other retail sales positions. And what made this one so different was because the product was so boring. Okay. And so there were times where I thought that during this process of working at mattress firm, and like, I'm like, look, I can't do it anymore. And what got me through it was the fact that I knew that if I didn't do that, what was next? Like I would always think, like, okay, well, if I don't do this, what's next? What's kept me there for some years was thinking that I was incapable of creating the what was next. But when I realized that they didn't care, right? And when I say they, I'm saying like when I realized that like my dreams, my pursuit of what I wanted to do was number one priority to me and me only. And because sometimes we think that other people care about what we want to do, our dreams and things like that. And I'm being honest, not like it's rare that people do. When I realized it was all me, it was like, okay, yeah, it's all me. And so taking that step, it was scary as man, as HE double hockey stick. Like taking that first step to saying, like, okay, look, I'm gonna quit. And this is not about you quitting. Like I'm not telling you to quit your job. I think actually I really believe that keeping a job, and if you can sustain it, because it's tough, keeping a job and working your business, if you can sustain them both, like you can crush it. And so what I realized was that doing this and having this job and then turning around and stepping out and saying, "Well, well, walking away from the job." That first step, walking away, I'm gonna walk away, and it's like knowing that I was in control of what was next, without knowing where it was gonna go. But what I did know was I wanted to be successful. What I did know was I wanted to be happier. What I did know was I wanted my time back. And what I realized was that what I was doing, I wasn't gonna be able to get my time back, and my success was gonna be capped. It was gonna have a ceiling on it, staying at that company. And when I looked at the other side, and sometimes we just got to write it down on paper because I really literally wrote it out like, okay, if I don't stay, if I stay, this is what it's going to be. If I don't stay, income is uncapped. I can get my time back. I don't have to work 10 to 8, right? I hated working Sundays, right? And it's so funny because the discipline that it gives me, because like right now, like I do I coach like for all the businesses that I coach in. So like my standard business coaching, my event space mastermind, and other businesses that I have, like typically I'm coaching on a Sunday or a Monday, right? And I hated working Sundays. And so like every Sunday I would have to work 12 to 6. For the most part, it was rare that I was off on a Sunday. And when I say that I hated it, and then when I lined up all the things, and then I thought it was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get all this time back, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and this is gonna be the value of it, okay, right? Of quitting this job and starting my own thing. So I go ahead and I start, and it's scary, very scary. Because I'm looking around like, well, where am I gonna get? I had just bought a property. Where am I gonna get the money from for the building? Like, still searching for tenants. Um, where am I gonna get, money to make car payments? Where am I gonna get, all this stuff? And you feel defeated, when you don't have certainty. Like that's what we want in life. We want certainty. We don't necessarily want guarantees because they're two different things. We want certainty. I want to be certain that if I take this action, this is what's going to happen. And that's primarily the reason why a lot of people don't venture off and start a business, or the people that want to do full-time entrepreneurship, they want to do it, but they don't do it. And the reason that they don't typically don't know is because it's not for sure thing. There's no certainty to it, right? So then it's like, well, Jarrell, why are you still doing it if we want certainty? One thing that I'm certain of is that being an entrepreneur is that I decide and I'm in full control of what I do. And the decision making is mine on whether or not today I work. Because when you work a job, and there's nothing wrong with working a job, when you work a job, now mental health is becoming to be something that's being taken way more serious now. But 5, 6, 7 years ago, it wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 years ago, it wasn't the case. At least, and so like taking mental health days and needing to like just a break, when you go through things, you go through trauma and things like that, was always important to me. And I don't know, and I'm not bashing anybody's company or anything like that. And me saying all this, all I'm saying is that like um I'm saying that like being in control of your destiny to a certain degree, right? Based on what you believe in, but being in control of your day to day, right? What you do to make your money is life changing. And so if you're in pursuit of that, I don't want you to quit because it hasn't come to fruition exactly how you wanted it to be. My first year full time was tough. But that second year was up. That third, oh, it was up. And then that fourth, we really up, right? And I took losses over the years of like becoming full time, like real losses, like real losses. The losses like I've taken losses, even this year, or and even last year. Like you're going to take it's just a part of it, right? Like, and I want you to understand that you can't quit because it gets tough because it's hard working a job. Working your job gets tough. It's hard waking up every day and doing the same thing over again for a company that you don't take a piece of. That's hard. So you can get up and do, and you can work every day for that company, and you can work after that. You leave that job, for about 3 to 5 hours on your own company that you can take a piece of. Yes, it will be hard, but it will be something that's difficult that will give you something in the long term. And so I challenge you to not quit because I know you got everything on the inside of you. I know you got the strength to keep going on. I know you got the mental capabilities. I know you have, the peace of mind. I know you have the courage. I know you have the plan, right? But what I need you to do is actually execute it. The feelings that you get of quitting is because there's no momentum. And there's no momentum because you haven't taken the first step. You haven't taken the first step and started your coaching business. You haven't taken the first step and started your, went out to get your real estate license. You haven't taken the first step to start your event space business. You haven't taken the first step to write the book. You haven't taken the first step to start your online store. You haven't taken the first step to start your Amazon store. You haven't taken the first step to start your weight loss camp, right? You haven't taken the first step, to drop those pounds off, right? You haven't taken the first step that is going to challenge you to be better. That's what that's what on the other side of quitting looks like. If you don't quit, and on the other side of not quitting, what it looks like is you're taking steps that will challenge you to be better and ultimately will make you better. I've become a better person, like overall. And it was because I made a decision. And the start of that decision was not because like, and I've told this story before, but about like me becoming a vegetarian, me going plant-based, right? Those things are what triggered me having the confidence and the surety that I can take the first step because I did something that was very hard. I stopped eating a certain way after I had done that for 30 plus years, right? So when you take these steps, understand that although it's difficult, everything is difficult, but it gets easier because you learn how to reduce the time it takes to be successful. You learn things that make the process easier in that current level. But when you get to this level, you're going to have to relearn everything down here, but for this level here, because of how difficulty works, how new levels work, right? The things that are going to make you the 30K months, right? Or the 20K months or the 50K months are not going to be the same things that make you the 100K months, right? The things that's going to make you the 100K year is not going to be the same thing that's making you, 35K a year, 45, 50, 60, 70 a year. It's not going to be the same. So at every new level that you will reach or want to reach, there's going to be a different level of difficulty And I want you to understand and know that you have everything within you to not quit. Like no matter what's going on, do not quit. I almost quit. And if I quit, I wouldn't I wouldn't have, drive around and I wouldn't be driving like the dream cars that I wanted. I wouldn't, have the dream bank account that I wanted. I wouldn't have, you know what I'm saying, the dream annual. I wouldn't make what I make annually now. Like I wouldn't have the freedom that I have now if I had quit. Like I'm looking at the time and I'm like, okay, well, it's Monday. Like, what do you want to do this morning? Like I wouldn't be able to say that because I would have been at Mattress Firm by now. I started at 10 o'clock. I'm recording this. It's 11:08. It's 11 o'clock in the morning, Central, right? And I would be at Mattress Firm. I'd probably be walking to like Dunkin' Donuts, about to grab a breakfast, something for breakfast, right? And I used to do that. Like I used to come in and like I used to be like, all right, look, I'm gonna take my first break right now. And so I was coming in as soon as I started, I needed to take a break. What I love about what I do is that if I take a break, there's no one questioning why you're breaking. There's no one telling me how soon I can be back. And there's no one capping my capabilities. There's a different level of greatness in you. And you think about quitting not because it's hard though. Like I know I thought about quitting because honestly I was scared of my own greatness. I was scared that dang, you can make, you know, from the crib working a couple hours a week, 10, 15,000 in a month, 20,000 in a month. That's possible, right? And I didn't ever understand that, until it happened. I'm like, man, you can make, six figures in a year. And you don't understand these things until it's possible. And six figures are going from 100,000 to 999,000, $999. Like you don't understand those things because most of the time we're in fear of our own greatness. I was in fear of like honestly what people would think if I became massively successful, like how I'd be treated. What if I lost it all? And I want to let you know that like I've lost it before, like on the road, like lost a lot, right? But you get it back because you learned how to, and then you get it back even quicker because you know how. And so, and over time, you develop the knowledge to never lose it again, but to only keep building on it, build and build and build, right? And so it's don't fear your greatness. Don't fear, what you're capable of. Don't fear your own success. Um, create the life that you want by doing the things that are difficult, doing like, and if you quit, you know what's on the other, like you're for certain what happens when you quit. I chose, and I think you would be better off choosing the endless possibilities that are on the other side of not quitting. There is no caps. Like there's no cap to the amount of income you can make. There's no cap to the how long your vacation has to be. There's no cap to how happy you can be running your own company, running your own business, if that's what you want to do. I wish you well. Um, I know what I'm doing this morning. I'm about to actually go catch a movie this morning. Um, I'm gonna hit the store that sells all fresh cold pressed juices, and then I'm going to go catch me a movie, and then I'm going to. That's going to be my break. I choose a 2-hour lunch break today because that's my choice, and watch the movie. So it's going to be my 3 hours with travel time, a round trip, right? And then I'm going to watch the movie, and then I'm going to start back work mid afternoon, and that's going to be today's work day. But I not quitting allows me to every single day do the things that I enjoy by choice. when I want to do them, how I want to do them. Um, Even if I wanted to drop everything today and catch a flight, I have that flexibility. And because of what I do as a digital entrepreneur, right? I can make money from anywhere in the world, anywhere. And so I challenge you to do something that allows you to live what a limitless life, because quitting puts you back in the box. It puts you back in the limits. You want to live limitlessly. You want a limitless life filled with unlimited cash flow, filled with unlimited time to yourself, unlimited time with your family, um, great credit, you know, good health, right? Peace. So if you quit, you won't be peaceful. Trust me. Even as stressful as entrepreneurship could be, I can like just and you gonna have your days where you like, bruh, but actually doing it, you gonna snap right out of it. So I wish you well on your journey. You got this, and peace and blessings. I'm finna go catch this movie.